Hello everyone. Welcome on this fine Thursday afternoon on this Kick channel, August 24th. Today we're gonna be talking about, once again, like always, but I will change it up too. But as for today, we're talking about sports and anime. Also, have you seen the new Kick update, like on the phone update? I think, of course, it's still in beta because I'm seeing on my laptop, it still says Kick beta. But on the phone, it looks like they changed it up. So, yeah, on the phone, it looks pretty good. Of course, there's still to be a little bit more improvement, but it looks good. So let's get into it. First, we're going to be discussing or talking about Bleach's 1,000-year blood warfare, episode 20. I am Edge. Hey, ooh, hey, that title card was nice. So we're about to get into it. Oh yeah, one last thing. Also, I apologize if this background noise, I have to get it figured out. Hopefully I'm getting a new laptop soon, possibly, so it can be provided like better quality content. So let's get into it. So the episode start off how the last episode 19, ended off. There's these two lieutenants, a lieutenant under Unohana and Zaraki Kenpachi's lieutenant. So that I call him, like, of course I don't know what type of thing that the guy was, but he reminds me like of a wooden doll or something. You see, like a Pinocchio type of doll, but it's like an older manish. So of course he punches Zaraki Kenpachi's lieutenant right here. Next slide. So oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of pictures in this slide because this episode was absolutely amazing. It was beautiful, and there's like so many stuff that I'm like, man, do I need to show? But I kind of did, because there's a lot of stuff that was going on and a lot of great images. We're like, yeah, that needs to be part of this slideshow. What's going on? So then we get introduced into this Stern Ritter. So Stern Ritter V. Like I told you, that the old guy punched Zaraki Kenpachi's lieutenant. That was Stern Ritter V, or was it really the real Stern Ritter V? We will find out. And then next you get Zaraki Kenpachi's lieutenant. We're just gonna call her Zaraki's lieutenant because that's a lot of words I'm saying. But you get Zaraki's lieutenant. She so some stuff goes on. She was able to actually cut him because his like special power is like you don't remember him. So if he like punches you or do something and you try to punch him or touch him right back, you won't remember, like, wait, what happened? Why do I have this cut? Well, all this other stuff. And you won't be able to really touch him as well. So then she uses her sword. We finally get to see her battle, because I don't remember in the episodes or any of the Bleach's episodes we get to see her in action at all. But yeah, she grabbed her sword and then she releases her I don't know if it's called like her Zanpakuto Shikai. I forgot the exact term, but she releases these two beasts. And this beast in particular, the one I'm circling, he reminds me of I think they're called espadas, or the one on Waco Mundo, those type of creatures, like Grimjow, like those type of creatures. Like he reminds me of them. Or a hollow, no, not those. Well, yeah, hollow. He reminds me of a hollow. So that's really interesting. Like, does she have something with hollows, or no? That was just a thing. She had a special power, but I don't know. But yeah, so she releases her Zanpakuto Shikai. I forgot the name, but she releases them, and then she was able to cut him. Okay. Ooh. Hold on. Time out. So right after she cuts him, the guy's like, man, how the heck was she able to cut me and she didn't even touch me? And then she talks about how, even though he blocked her or missed the cut, she still was able to cut him because of her sword's power, which is like, even if you block the move away, I'll still be able to cut you, which is very, very interesting. So then you get another person comes out. He's sitting on the bed of the two captains that Unohana's lieutenant is trying to take care of. And then she's like, hold on, who are you? But first you see like a cut on Stern Ritter V's chest, or you see something. He's like, what the heck just happened? And then, like I said, that person with the blonde hair, which we're gonna talk about, that Stern Ritter came up, and like I said, sitting on the bed with the two lieutenants. And then lieutenant was like, how did you get in there? And then you see Stern Ritter V get all upset, like, oh no, you're here, what are you doing here, you're not supposed to be here. And then that the Stern Ritter that's sitting on the bed was just saying talk about how you're just a thing of my imagination, things of that line. And then that Stern Ritter V got all upset, and then he tried to I guess like stab him, but that didn't work out, because like how that Stern Ritter that's sitting on the bed said, you're my imagination, and he disappeared like that, which, wow. And then you see Zaraki's let me go. I mean, I already spoiled it, so it doesn't matter anymore. But then you see Zaraki's lieutenant try to, try to get him. But then you see that he grabbed her by her arm and it twisted it. Like, and then he uses the analogy like crumble like a cookie. So, and her arm kind of crumbled like a quick cookie. And then you find out that he said, do you know what my power is? My power is anything I imagine becomes reality. Hold on, let me say it again. Anything I imagine in my head becomes reality. That's what that Stern Ritter's special power is, and it's honestly completely broken. But I'm gonna talk about more about it down the line as we're discussing about this episode. And then, bam! Guess who pops up? Zaraki Kenpachi. That was a nice entrance. Yeah, I mean, it was basic, but like, he just stepped on the building crumbled. He's like, hey, I was trying to find my lieutenants, the little girl. I tried to find her spiritual pressure, spiritual energy, and it was fading. So, he had to come and see what was up or what's going on. He was trying to find her. And then we get to see how powerful this Stern Ritter is as well, because like how I said, how he got the old dude or old wooden Stern Ritter is that once Stern Ritter tried to attack him, you just see him blow up without him touching him. Like I told you, his power is his imagination, and I guess he said, I want you to blow up inside his mind, or whatever thinking, and the dude blew up, which is absolutely nuts, which is absolutely crazy. All right, the next scene. And then this scene. Oh, I'm surprised I even took a picture. This is a cool screenshot, though. This is a very cool screenshot. Look at that animation. I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but look at this animation. The highlights, man, Bleach really is on something. Underrated anime, I'm telling you. Bleach 1000 Year Blood Warfare. I know this is like, of course, currently right now, but watch the previous episodes, watch the whole series, and then once you come to 1000 Year Blood Warfare, it's honestly a treat, because you saw the animations before, and I guess you can watch like highlight reels or what the animation was like, and then you come into this and then you're like, wow. It kind of reminds me, I haven't caught up to One Piece, but it reminds me of One Piece, because you see old One Piece animation and you're like, okay, that was, during that time, and then you see it now, you're like, that's like a whole, that's not a whole 180, that's a whole 360, that's a circle. Yes. So then going back to going back to the scene, Unohana's lieutenant is like, hey, did Unohana return? Did you kill her? Whatever. He said, yeah, I killed her. Now I am the Kenpachi. I am, that guy. He said, hey, if you don't like it or whatever, you can kill me. She's like, no, thank goodness, you're now the Kenpachi. That was that scene. That was what was going right here. Also, this episode, so if I had to, let me go back to the start. Let me go back to right here. Well, no, let me use this image. Click. We're using this image. So I guess this is going to be like a TikTok clip where I'm going to say that, hey, of episode 20, I Am Edge, the whole plot or the whole thing of this episode, of episode 20, I Am Edge of Bleach, is about Zaraki Kenpachi and how cool, wow, that was an echo, but how cool that he is and how powerful and how strong he is, because this episode showcase how powerful this guy actually is and how he is one of, or yeah, not the, but one of, for sure, strongest characters in Bleach. Completely amazing. So let's go on. Next scene. So then this Stern Ritter, nameless, we don't know what's the Stern Ritter name yet, the blonde hair one, short blonde hair, he creates this stage, and Zaraki's like, hey, what's going on? And then he explains to Zaraki, hey, this is my power. My power is, like how I just said, anything I imagine becomes reality. And yeah, that was basically it in that little dialogue. And Kenpachi's like, what the heck? What? And then, like I said, now we get to see what the Stern Ritter name is. His name is Stern Ritter V. Like, wait, hold up. How is he Stern Ritter V? There's already a Stern Ritter V. But remember what I said? That Stern Ritter V we first saw was a thing of his imagination. It wasn't reality. So, of course, he is Stern Ritter V because he's not a real person. He's not a real, now I wouldn't say human, but he's not real. It's imagination. So, of course, he's going to be the same name of his creator. So, yeah. So, Stern Ritter V, Grimmy, the Mo, I can't pronounce the last name. I don't know the last name. But Stern Ritter V, Grimmy. And like I said, this guy's completely broken, honestly. So in this scene, now the battle starts to happen. So Kenpachi tries to cut this Stern Ritter, tries to strike him. But guess what happened? Nothing happened. He said, I imagine myself being strong as steel and you can't cut me. And then guess what? Kenpachi cuts him. He said, whoa, you should have said that in the first place that you're strong as steel, because if you would have told me, I would have cut even harder. This dude Kenpachi. And then next scene, and then this is when we get the title card, I Am Blade. I Am Edge, not I Am Blade. I Am Edge. I am the Edge. But once again, look at that animation style. The highlights. And then you get this shadow mark. And just look at his demeanor, and you can feel the emotion like, hey, man, I am that dude, bro. And the title, hey, one thing I haven't said in the stream at all, which I'm surprised, I think I always forget, but Bleach, when it comes to title cards, are top tier. Bleach's title cards are top tier. I don't remember an anime that has title cards like that I've seen. 100% animes that I've seen have not had how that creative, or shows their creativity when it comes to title cards. There might be some anime, I'm thinking about some anime that did have some unique title cards, but Bleach, like every single episode, it's so unique, and it's like, wow, that, hey, those little details actually means a lot. I really enjoy that. It makes it even better. So next scene, oh well, I guess I already said that. He explained his powers to Zaraki Kenpachi, and then he cuts. So Stern Ritter V did like this fireball or some type of move on Zaraki. Zaraki cuts it, and then there's a whole bunch of flames falling back, or once he cuts it, the residue of the flames starts to falling back. And he's like, "Hey, Lieutenant," his lieutenant, the one with the pink hair. "Hey, what are you doing? Go hide or something." And then Stern V said, "Hey, man, don't be so harsh on her. She can't move. Her body is like, or her arms are like cookie." And Rocky's like, "Cookie? What is a cookie?" And the guy's like, "Oh, you don't know what cookie is?" And then he used another thing to compare, another item or food that compares to cookie, I assume, or not really compared to cookie, but saying, "Hey, it's like this, like noodles, basically." So, yeah. And then he trapped Zaraki in this giant water cube, and then Stone Review traps in a giant water cube, and then he made sure that the ground was open or split open, and then that lieutenant falls under. And of course, she can't move at all because her bones are like noodles or a cookie or whatever you want to say. And then he rescues her, and then BAM! He jumps up flying. He broke through it. He thought that was gonna be. I guess he thought it was gonna be end, but nah. Zaraki came up and said, "Come on, man. That's all you got? I rescued her. Plus, I'm about to show you what I'm about." Next scene. So then, a little bit of background before the scene even happens. So, trying to remember. So, Kenpachi saved her. And then, this is a really important scene in my opinion. I don't know why I didn't have this as part of the slideshow. Probably because I already knew I would have. There's been so many pictures in this slideshow that I'm like, man, I need to cut it out. I need to, pick my, pick my poison, which ones I feel important. Which, I guess that scene was important, like I said. So, after he rescued her, Kenpachi rescued her, and, fighting Stern Ritter V, Kenpachi told his lieutenant, "Hey, go hide somewhere. Get your, now that your bones are okay, everything like that." Which was the confusing part, because as he was fighting or cutting that Stern Ritter, he still had her in his arms. Like in this scene, he said her bones seem to be fine now. But then, like 30 seconds later, he told her, "Hey, now actually go hide somewhere again and get your bones taken care of, or get them fixed up, or your body fixed up." Which I'm confused now, because he just said 30 seconds before, it seems like she's okay, her bones are fixed. But then he said, "Go fix them." That's confusing. Someone please clarify that for me, because he contradicted himself, because he said they're okay now, but now get them fixed. Okay. But anyways, so as they're fighting, Kenpachi was saying something along the lines of, if you're trying to be the best, you have to fight the best. And, Kenpachi is talking, a whole bunch of stuff. And then you see this Stern Ritter's like, "Man, I never felt this way that Kenpachi's making me, because none of their Stern Ritters even tried to step up to me, because they know I will crush them. So now someone is actually trying to step up to me and beat me. Now I am feeling happy." And then while he's saying that, you just see, you know how scenes like get that close up each time they say a word, and then once he said the word, like something along the lines like, "I am truly happy," or "I am happy," or something like that, you just see a smile on his face. And then right after he said that, the funniest thing happens. you just see a whole bunch of guns just pop up right out of him, and you just see boo 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 boo, and then he let the guns out. It was the funniest thing because it was so unexpected. Like, hold on, Bleach have like actual guns in the universe. I know there's probably like the Espada scene. I think someone maybe Espada. I don't know, but you just see, you think like, oh, like Bleach will have like blasters, not actually like real like guns, but no, he popped out with real guns and real nukes, which is the funniest thing because it happened out of nowhere. It was just hilarious. But then they continue fighting, and then Kenpachi starts to cut him up, even though he's like, wait, I'm confused. I'm doing all this stuff. How the heck is Kenpachi touching me? Oh yeah, going back a little bit. When they first were on top of, let me go back a few scenes or slideshows. When they were first on top of this, Storm Rider V said, "Hey, I'm gonna beat you without even touch you. I won't even lay a finger on you, and I'll beat you." And that is important. And he's like, man, Kenpachi's actually beating me. Like, I know I'm the strongest out of all the Stern Ridders, but how the heck? Yeah, I am the strongest. And technically, I would say he is the strong. Of course, I don't know if he is the strongest because the anime is still going on and there's still battles to happen and things like that. But I honestly believe he is the strongest Stern Ritter because, like I said, his imagination, and it's kind of weird because Kenpachi did beat him quite easily, but of course, his imagination was holding him back, which we're gonna get into later on. But that is so interesting because he could be the strongest Stern Ritter, but since his imagination is holding him back, he couldn't be, I guess, in this particular moment. But like I said, I believe Stern Ritter V is the strongest, but his imagination was holding him back. So Kenpachi was cutting him up. He's like, man, Kenpachi's touching me. Like, how's this happening? Like, this is unheard of. And then Kenpachi says something like, you're so easy to cut up, or, you know, something along the lines of that. And then like, you're gonna, like, after this, like, you could possibly die or something like that. And then Summer's like, I could possibly die, what? And then he healed back up because, of course, anything he imagines becomes reality. And then he healed back up. Hold on, let me get some water, some agua real quick. I'm becoming a little parched. Some agua. Oopsies. What's going on? Okay. All right. Ooh. Sorry for that. Ooh, I'm talking a lot. Getting a little. Ooh. All right. So going back to the story. Then after Kenpachi said, like, you're possibly gonna die, he heals back. He heals back up, and then there's two of him now because anything he imagined becomes reality. I sound like a broken record. I know, but we're gonna keep talking about that. So he becomes two. So he creates another version of himself. So duplicate version. So now it's two Stern Ritter V's, two Grimmies, and then now he has the power of. He now summons a meteor. And then as you see right here, a meteor is coming down. And then Kenpachi is all excited because, like, what? And this is another shot of the meteor. And he's like, you're Kenpachi. This meteor is going to destroy the Soul Society. You're going to destroy the Serite. Like, hey, yeah, there's no way you'll be able to cut this down. And then Kenpachi. It's like, I am excited. I am happy. I'm about to destroy this. And then, and the scene right before this, right when he's about to go into the sky and cut the meteor, you see, like, it's like such a cool, great animation, everything like that. But you see the smile, Kenpachi face, like, yeah, I'm happy now. I'm about to cut this thing up. Bam, he flies up in the air, and he just starts to cut this thing up. But right before he cuts it up, he says, "Drink, something." But he says his sword's name for the first time. He said its name. He says, "Drink." Then this the sword name. And he cutting the thing up. Such a great scene. Then bam. This is what his Zanpakuto, his sword, his true form. Man, oh man, it kind of looks like a hatchet or something like that. It's like, whoa. But then it goes well with Kenpachi's personality because, he's very like a very tough dude, and he's about that action. And when I think about hatchet, I think of dirty work. Like, hey, I'm about to put these hands on you. Like, I don't mind all this gore, all that stuff. We about to do it. So it does work well with his personality. All right, next scene, and that scene was completely bad explicit. Well, that's it. Whew. All right. Wow, this episode. I know. I'm sorry. But this episode, there's so much that goes on in this episode, and it's so crazy and it's so good. It's like, I feel like I have to talk about every details. Another thing, I would like to know, I would like you guys to tell me, do you like when I do like these episodes breakdown? Because these, of course, I could talk literally like, I guess, an hour if I really wanted to, but I feel like it's going to be completely boring because, hey, who wants to listen to someone talk about one episode and I guess go into details of slideshows for like a complete hour? Like, hey, just give me a summary like how you just said about how this episode illustrates or just talks about or focuses on Zaraki Kenpachi. If that's, and I still would do this, but not as in depth of how I'm doing it. But just let me know, please. I would like to know. So then, Stern Ritter V is bamboozled. Stern Ritter V is bamboozled. He's like, how the heck did Zaraki Kenpachi survive that? Like, how was he even able to cut that meter up? So he's like, man, now, you know what? Since you are a monster, yes, he calls Zaraki a monster. He says, since you are a monster, I'm going to put you in an area where there's no time, there's no gravity, there's no all this other stuff you can't cut up. You can't cut up space. You can't, because space has no time, has no all this other stuff, so I'm going to put you in space. And then this scene is oh my god. This scene also is amazing as well. Zaraki just plopped up and he said, hey, you forgot to, destroy, like you forgot to do, I forgot exactly, but it's like, hey, your body is still soft. You didn't hard up your body. He's like, what? How was he even able to survive space? But I love this aspect because it reminds me of like a horror movie type, because he's coming out and you can see his fingers and you can see the eye and you can see his sword. It reminds me of a horror movie. It looks so cool. It looks so dope. And like I said, it matches Zaraki because Zaraki, he is a monster. Like, and this just illustrates of how of a monster he is. Literally, this dude survived going into outer space. What? But yeah, he chopped him, and then after he chopped him, there's a whole bunch pieces of him, and then he just self-exploded, I guess, to get Zaraki. But of course, that didn't phase Zaraki. That didn't phase him at all. Because after he tried to blow him up, you could see like the after effects of the smoke. There was smoke coming out of his mouth. So crazy. And then, of course, you just see all the smoke. And then he's like, hey, that's nothing, buddy. And then now, Stern Ritter V is losing his mind because he's like, no way, I keep saying Zaraki survived that. There's absolutely no way. and now he's getting upset, getting angry. He's like, you know what? You are a monster. I can't do anything. So now I'm about to imagine myself actually trying to beat, like, I'm imagining myself to be stronger than you, which is fatal for him because that absolutely destroyed himself. And as this text said, you stupid fool. Because, and it just speaks to how powerful Zaraki is. The Stern Ritter V tried to imagine himself stronger than Kenpachi and telling Kenpachi of how a monster he is. And that was his downfall. Because remember, I'm going to sound like a broken record again. His power is anything he imagined becomes reality. And since he imagined Zaraki as a monster and all this other stuff, his body couldn't take being as powerful or being stronger than Zaraki. So his body just depleted and disintegrated. And that's why he's falling down, because he tried to imagine and he couldn't. And then he was just, so now the episode was wrapping up. Now Stern Ritter V, which this was a crazy scene because you see that Stern Ritter V is actually imagination, he is an imagination of himself, which you like, what? And what I mean by that is that right before this scene, which I'm gonna show in this because might as well, this is like the final scene, but his brain, this brain right here, was actually Stern Ritter V, like the whole mastermind behind this, the whole, you know, the whole imagination, him, and all this other stuff. This brain. So the brain was trying to create a physical form. His physical form was Stern Ritter V. Stern Ritter V said, "Hey, I know this may sound like a cop out or an excuse, but the reason why I wasn't able to beat you was because of this weak body that I've created." And then the brain popped out of his body, and now he's disintegrating. And you know, he's just giving his little dialogue like how all animes do when the character is about to pass away or end, you know, give the sad sob story. And that's what happened. And then last scene, like I said, is just this brain right here. All right, so that was episode 20 of Bleach's 1,000 Year Blood Warfare. I am the Edge. This episode is great. This is amazing. Like I said, this episode encapsulates how strong Zaraki Kenpachi is and how of a monster, how of a beast, how, you know, any synonyms with monster and beast he is. So, great episode. Like this episode. What I like... Oh, I gotta stop that. What I like most about this episode is that this episode feels like an actual battle, because Rukia's too somewhat, and not really Renji's, because Renji's didn't get any moves in. He just used his Bankai. He was just getting beat up upon until he used Bankai. So I really wouldn't consider that battle. But I like Zaraki's battle because it actually was a battle. It was actually a fight. They probably did it in, you know, in the manga. There's probably actual battles between, you know, all the captains and all other stuff, like the previous captains that we've seen. But in the anime, they just use their Bankai, and that's like the battle, which is like, okay, that's cool, but I just want like a build up instead of once you get a new captain or lieutenant, Bankai, Bankai, Bankai. It's like, okay, where's the battle? There's no battle, it's just Bankai. That's it. So I liked how there was a build-up. There was an actual battle. There's an actual fight leading up until, you know, for their superpowers, for both. Definitely for Kenpachi. And Kenpachi didn't even use his Bankai. But he uses Zanpakuto. But, yeah, I just liked how there's a build-up. And I really, really liked that. So, yeah, that was episode 20. I am the Edge of Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood Warfare. Once again, before I end it off, not the stream, just yeah. But before I end it off, just let me know. Do you like this format I'm doing, or just, you know, get to the point? Just give up, you know, a little summary. Include the slideshows, but give a little summary. But don't go into depth because this is a little too much. So I'll let you know. All right, next we're gonna go to the Twitter or the X. Elon Musk. Let's go into bookmarks. Bookmarks. All right. No. Don't pay attention. Close your eyes. Oh, hopefully I don't get copyrighted on YouTube. Oh my goodness gracious. Hopefully I don't. But I'm showing these clips of track. But let's go down. Continually go down. All right. So the last section we're gonna be talking about. Next live stream, we're gonna do tier lists again, because I enjoy tier lists and I haven't really done tier lists. I only done one tier list, but next stream we're gonna do that. And also I'll talk about like at the very end of the stream what what I'm planning and what I hope to set for the future, or what I'm doing, to let you guys know. So good news. As the caption says, excuse me, NFL says positions wearing, again, sorry, apologize, let's start over again. NFL says positions wearing Guardian caps saw 52% decrease in concussion, which is great, which is amazing. Yeah, that 52%, more than half. I know it's a tiny bit more than half. I mean, a slight smidge more than half, but still, that's still really good. Even getting that 50% less concussions, more than that, that's amazing. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy that the NFL is doing this, and also for the players' health. Great job by NFL. Next thing. So the end season tournament. All right, I wanted to cover this for such a long time, but I always forget to talk about it on stream. Can someone please explain to me what the end season tournament is about, or why the NBA is having an end season tournament? Now, hold up. I'm not saying, hey, it's worthless, all this other stuff. I'm all here for change. I am. I love that they're doing this. Because it's unique and something different. It's like, hey, maybe down the road it actually becomes a staple in the NBA. I just want to know, what is the in-season tournament? Now, I know the NBA has released a video about the in-season tournament, doing a overview of what it's about. But I haven't really watched the video, which is like, bro, watch the video. It's like, yeah, I know. But I was hoping to watch the video on stream with you guys, but I really can't watch the video on stream because of the audio quality, and I figure out why the audio quality whenever we watch a video is like that is because I need a laptop, a laptop with better specs in it for me to watch it, because right now my laptop is doing a whole bunch of stuff, which I'm completely grateful for, but it's overwhelming it, and once I include audio, it just sets it over the edge. Audio on a video sets it over the edge. So we will watch the video of the end season tournament, of an overview of it, but I just want to know, before I even watch the video, just give me a brief description of what the end season tournament is about. And I am curious too of how, like, I have so many thoughts running through my mind about this, because like I said, I know there's an overview about it, but before I even watch the overview, I'm just thinking, how will tickets work? Is it like, hey, ticket prices are going to go up because this is an in-season tournament? How will players react? Because, like, how there's a thing in the NBA, like, there's the regular season and then there's the playoff version, like the regular season version of the player and the playoff season. Of course, you always should go 100%, but, the playoffs, that's a whole nother notch than the regular season. So I just wonder, how will players play and how will they feel? Because, like, what are why should the players, of course, go 100% like they're in the playoffs or in the finals? Like, why is that? Like, what do players get out of this? And I probably should watch the video. Yeah, I will watch the video, but I'm gonna watch on stream though. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted. But when I upload on YouTube. But yeah, I just want to know, like, not all teams are gonna, like, why is it predetermined who they're gonna play and all? Like, I just have so many questions that I want to be answered. So yeah, that's about the in-season tournament. But I'm really intrigued of how it's gonna work out. And, you know, NBA in-season tournament schedule release. They already released it, but like I said, I'm just really curious about how this is all gonna go down. Really am. Because why should players go that hard? What will they be earning? What will they be winning when they do this? Will the in-season tournament... well, of course, it's going to be second tier to the NBA Finals, but it's like, will it hold any valuable things like, hey, let's get a banner for winning the in-season tournament? So, is it going to be, you know, one of those things? Like, I'm just really, really curious. But I like the change. I like the changes NBA is doing. I really do. So, Boruto. Time skip is 3 years long. He's currently, so confirmed, Boruto time skip is 3 years long. Boruto is currently 15 years old. It was confirmed because if you read the manga for the time skip, it says it was 3 years. So this is true. This design, Boruto might be one of those stories. One of those feel good stories, in the sense of this anime was doing bad, it was doing poorly, people didn't like it, but then it did a complete 180 when the brand switched up, the time skip brand change. It could be like one of those feel good stories about how a series was not doing good at all. Of course, sales might say different or whatever, but fans really didn't like it. Here out in the West, I don't know how it was in the East, really out in the East, but out in the West, no one really liked this. But, you know, doing the whole brand switch, make it feel good. Yeah. Interesting. So, and how do I feel that Boruto is actually 15? I would have liked it even more if he was like maybe a year or two. I would have liked it if he was 17 years old, actually. 15 is still really young. I mean, that's when like things starts to you start to get the changes, all that stuff. I would like if he was a little bit older, like 17, like he's almost like a year off from being an actual adult. But 15 is okay, but I was hoping he was like 16 or 17, that age range. But yeah. Because as you see him, he looks like he's he looks like he's older and he's been through stuff. And of course he can be through a lot of stuff around that age, 15, 14, 13, even less. Of course he could be. But just how his demeanor, all this stuff, he looks like he has like an older demeanor than 15. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's go to the MLB. I'm not really, I have not kept up with the MLB at all, but I am a Shohei Ohtani fan. Not gonna lie, I'm also a Mookie Betts fan, and a few other players like Ronald Acuna Jr. and, you know, things like that. Players. I'm more, and I do have a favorite team, but I'm more of a player type of person. It's weird. For MLB, I'm more of a player type of like favorite player, following my favorite player than I guess my team. And I guess a reason why is because my team isn't doing that good or doing that well. But that's the one thing that the MLB, I guess, is starting to do right. Because I remember I remember when I heard someone say the MLB, since baseball is dying because MLB isn't doing a real good job promoting their star players. Because remember, Mike Trout was like that guy. He has been. And Bryce Harper. Mike Trout and Bryce Harper, from what I remember, were like the guys. But baseball did do like a terrible job promoting. MLB did a terrible job promoting him. Before Shohei Ohtani and Acuna and Fernando and I can't believe this. The guy that plays on the Blue Jays as well. Like those two players that comes into my mind, like the star players. But now I think the MLB is doing a good job promoting those guys. So let's go. This is from August 17th. So this possibly has changed. Top 10 hitters in baseball right now. Number 1, my favorite player, Shohei Ohtani. Number 2, Matt Olson. Number 3, Ronald Acuna Jr. Number 4, Freddie Freeman. Remember Freddie Freeman? We played on the Braves for a long time. Number 5, Mookie Betts. Which, I mean, really shocks me a little bit because Mookie, I really don't. Of course, this is. Well, it says hitter power ranking. So this I possibly could be batting average. Someone please clarify for that for me. Because when I think of Mookie Betts, I don't think of a power hitter. I think of a guy that gets, singles, doubles, possibly triples. But I don't see him as a power hitter. But hey, I guess I'm completely wrong. But okay, number 5, Mookie Betts. Number 6, Cody Bellinger. Number 7, Corey Seager. Number 8, Kyle Tucker. Number 9, Luis Reyes. And number 10, Bobby Witt Jr. All right. Let's go up. These two did absolutely nothing together. Yep. These two did absolutely nothing together. I don't know if it's nostalgia blinding me, but I felt like they did do something in the like they were something in the regular season. I might be tripping. I don't know. I was really, really, really young when they were on. When Allen Iverson and Carmelo Anthony paired up on the different Nuggets. Still one of the coldest NBA jerseys. I love the color. That color is absolutely beautiful, and the yellow also complements it as well. Absolutely beautiful. But I just remember that these two were getting a lot of media coverage. Like there was like a mass amount of hype with this team, even when they were, even in the regular season. Like when this guy said these two did absolutely nothing together, I just assumed like there wasn't as much hype and all this other stuff, which that's not what he's saying, because he's saying they did absolutely nothing together. He didn't mention media or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know. These guys, that's crazy. I just believe that these guys actually did something. But now that I'm thinking back at it or looking back at it, these guys didn't do as much as they should have. But I believe that, I guess, for the culture, for just be able to talk about it, it was cool to see. But yeah, I guess that was a disappointment. And didn't Allen Iverson only play for the Nuggets for 1 year too? Let me see. Let's see. The most reliable source I can go to. No, he played 2 seasons. 06, 08. Yeah. But yeah. But that's just nostalgia right there. All right, next. So, the Boruto time skip designs of Boruto Sarada Mizuki, I forgot his name. And I'm just messing up all order. But here, whatever. I got. You know what? I'm getting sick of this. This is embarrassing. Sarada Mitsuki. Okay, Mitsuki. Kawaki. Okay, yep. So, Boruto, Sarada, Mitsuki, and Kawaki. Time skip designs, all the code. Code. But all of them look cool. They did their thing with the time skip designs. They really did. I know there's some people that dislike Sarada with the heels. Completely understandable because she is 15. But then again, that's like this universe. This universe is like a sci-fi alien, like not alien. Well, I guess there's aliens. Sci-fi, futuristic type of vibe. Boruto. So yeah, sci-fi, futuristic type of vibe in Boruto, manga and anime. That's what you feel and that's what you get, and that's what these characters are illustrating. That sci-fi futuristic vibe. So I think the vibe and what the artists and the feel of what the manga is and the anime is, these characters, I mean the creators, did justice with these designs for the time skip. So I'm fairly pleased with the time skip designs. I just find this funny too. I can't believe that the people of Konoha don't see the similarities between Boruto, and Naruto, which is funny too because also with Naruto, his father, the fourth Hokage, I don't remember them piecing, the villagers didn't piece the two together, which, hey, I have absolutely no words for that because they look exactly like that. I mean, Naruto's and his father. So I just found that hilarious. Once again, with the Bleach praise, I'm serious. You guys gotta watch Bleach 1,000-Year Blood Warfare. Look at these animation. Look at that. Look at it. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my goodness. The highlighting, the animation, the style. These one thing that Bleach is doing bad about the adaptation for the anime is that it's going a little bit too fast, the pacing. So I do agree with people about the pacing. They could slow it down. I like when animes go back to that old type of where there's like 300, 400, 500 episodes. I know that's a lot. And I guess Bleach couldn't do that because the quality would have went down because that would have been way too much work for the studio to do, which makes sense. It does make sense. But I just wish 1,000-Year Blood Warfare, I don't know because I didn't read the manga, but I've heard that they could at least made it at least like 70, 80 episodes, which I believe is a good cap, or 100 or 200. I feel like battles could last 3 to 4 episodes. It could, and I wouldn't mind because it just looks so beautiful as you see. So yeah. Next thing, One Punch Man is one of the few manga where it's almost impossible for an anime adaptation to do justice. And of course, I've seen screenshots like this before of One Piece, and yeah, look at that. Look how in depth it is. That will take a lot of team members to do, especially this one. It's crazy though, how artists can. That's so crazy, man. Yeah, that would just have to be like a movie or one-off thing for artists to do that. Interesting question. So, I'm not of course, I'm not gonna act like someone I'm not. I'm getting into soccer. I don't know. I know, of course, I know the Messi and Ronaldo rivalry, but who would finish a full MLS season with more goals, Ronaldo or Messi? And my little information that I know about soccer, I honestly would go with Ronaldo. Of course, Messi is the GOAT, and Ronaldo's up there as well. But I just feel like when I think of Ronaldo or what I've seen of Ronaldo, he's like Messi's like an all-around type of player from what I've seen, like pass, shoot, team, whole bunch of other stuff. Ronaldo, okay, let me give it in like NBA terms. Ronaldo is a scorer for me. So I'm trying to think of an NBA player that I can, from what I've seen, what reminds me of Ronaldo. That this is absolutely terrible, but hang on with me. Ronaldo reminds me of like a Jalen Green type. You're like, whoa! Ronaldo's affinity times better than Jalen Green at their respective sports. You know, Ronaldo's like, he has so many accolades. Jalen Green is still like a third-year player. Like, you can't compare those two. The reason why I compare those two, because when I think of Jalen Green, of course he could be a team player, all that stuff, but I think of Jalen Green as just like a scorer, a person that's going to go to the rim, going to score, do a lot of this stuff. When I think of Ronaldo, I think of the same thing, like a person that just scores, goes, just scores. But when I think of Messi, I think of like a LeBron type of player that gets the whole team involved, but gonna say, hey, I'm still gonna get mine. I'm still gonna get it. I'm gonna get, So, yeah. So when I think of Ronaldo, I think of a Jalen Green, and when I think of Ronaldo, I think of Jalen Green, and when I think of Messi, I think of LeBron. But like I said, Ronaldo, I'm not saying he's a Jalen Green type of player. I'm just saying, like, he's a scorer. From what I've seen of Ronaldo, I have an infant knowledge about soccer, honestly. So, but what I've seen in highlights and videos, that's what I think of. So, a student drew Naruto. His teacher responded by drawing Orochimaru. That's so cool. Hey, teacher. Do you want to change your occupation, teacher? I think teacher should change their occupation because that is beautiful art. The kid did good art as well, but this is what the student drew and this is what the teacher drew. Orochimaru. Look at that detail. Yeah. Teachers should change their occupation. So, thoughts. Jamar Chase, wide receiver, Mount Rushmore, Calvin Johnson, Antonio Brown, Cooper Kupp, Jerry Rice. Honestly, I really don't have an issue with this list. Of course, people will say, how about T.O.? You could say Chad Johnson. There's other wide receivers. I don't know why my mind's blurred right now, but those are wide receivers that come to my head. Randy Moss. I forgot to mention Randy Moss. But I understand because he's not saying, this is Mount Rushmore of like the greatest. Cooper Kupp had one of the greatest seasons as a wide receiver, 100%. So I understand if someone says, hey, this is my NFL Mount Rushmore because the season Cooper Kupp had, the season Antonio Brown had, the seasons Antonio Brown had, seasons Calvin Johnson had, and Jerry Rice had. Of course, Jerry Rice is always going to be on there because if you see his stats and, of course, the Super Bowl rings they've won, some of his stats are unbreakable or is not going to be broken unless another type of Jerry Rice player is going to come, which I don't know if that's even possible because he had great QBs too. Young and Montana, I think. Joe Montana. Yeah, Young and Montana. So Steve Young and Joe Montana. So yeah. But I don't really have an issue with this list. I really don't. I would include. He only could choose 4 players. I will say it's not a bad list. I'll give this list a B or B plus if I had to give it a grade. I don't think it's bad at all. I completely understand because I kind of feel the same. It also might be recency bias as well. I kind of can see why Cooper Kupp is here. Yeah, it's not a bad list. I'll give it B, B plus. It's not bad. Might be recency bias, but Cooper Kupp was a triple crown. What? The most receiving yards, most touchdowns, and I forgot the most catches or targets, something like that. Like, completely crazy. All right, next thing. A Chinese fan bought 10,000 bottles of James Harden's wine in 10 seconds during a live stream. Harden was so excited, this man did a cartwheel. Look at this. That is crazy. 10 seconds, 10,000 bottles? That's literally a 1,000 bottles per second. Well, China does have over 1 billion people, and NBA market is pretty big in China as well, but man, over 1,000 per bottle? I mean, 1,000 per bottle. I mean, each second, 1,000 bottles were sold. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Good for him, though. So, next thing, who should enter the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2024? Players eligible for 2024 Basketball Hall of Fame: Vince Carter, Jamal Crossover Crawford, Chauncey Billups, Amari Stoudemire, Joakim Noah, and Sean Marion. Sean Crazy Form Marion. Yeah. All these players could be in a Hall of Fame. Well, no. Actually, I take that back. I'll say the bottom tier, Amari Stoudemire, Joakim Noah, Sean Marion, should not. These 3 could be. Well, you could say Jamal hasn't really won anything or really has gotten anything. True, but as a player, he was one of the best players. His handles were second to none. Like, this dude had one of the craziest, and still talked about to this day, one of the best handles in NBA history. Like, if you saw, and that's Hall of Fame worthy because you're choosing the best players, and he was the best at doing his own thing, his own craft. So, I mean, he really didn't win much or get that many All-Stars, all that stuff. Because Joakim Noah, no. Amari Stoudemire, kind of in the same boat as, well, Chauncey Billups is out of the conversation because he's for sure should deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. But out of all of these, Chauncey's number 1. But Vince Amari's kind of in the same boat. Joakim, Sean Marion. Let's look up Sean Marion. Because I'm really curious. What is Sean Marion? What are his accolades? I'm really, really curious. NBA champion in 2011 with the Mavericks. Yep. 4-time NBA All-Star. 2-time NBA All-Third. Okay. Oh, he averaged 15 points. Dang, I didn't know he averaged that many points per game. That's really good. Okay, ooh. I don't know how many players will get inducted out of all of these. I don't know how many are choosing, but if I had to rank them in order, number 1, Billups. From what I saw, number 1, Billups. I really do want to rank them. Number 2, Vince Carter. So yeah, rank them in order if I had to. Number 1, Billups. Number 2, Vince Carter. Number 3, Shawn Marion. Number 4, Omari. Number 5, Jay Crossover. I'm sorry, Jamal. And number 6, Joakim. I don't think Joakim should get in. I'm sorry. Joakim was, of course, a good player, but he's definitely should not get in. But yeah, that's right. But who I believe should get in, Chauncey, Vince. I still think, even though I ranked him 5, I still think Crossover should get in. And Shawn Marion. Stoudemire could get in, but Joakim, no. So, manga that deserved a better anime adaptation. So, I've watched one episode of Soul Eater. I do have the first 3 manga in my room. I have the manga of Soul Eater so far. The manga is good so far from what I've read from Soul Eater. The manga is good. Read the first 3 manga books. Well, 2. I still haven't finished the 3rd one, but I have the 3rd one still. And I've heard, someone correct me if I'm wrong, I've heard like the first half of the anime was good because it was based of the manga, but then later on, since the manga was still going on, it kind of, diverged away from the anime, diverged from the manga and went on its own thing, and the own thing wasn't as good and stuff like that. So, but I heard, of course, Soul Eater manga is really good, so that's why I've read it, and that's why I'm liking it so far. I am liking it so far. Berserk, 100%. Berserk, honestly, I don't know if there's ever going to be an anime adaptation that is going to give justice to Berserk, because Berserk could be... Berserk could be longer than One Piece, for crying out loud. And how, of course, like the One Piece, of course, like One Punch Man, the anime is not going to give as much detail as the manga, because the art in Berserk is absolutely ridiculous. There's absolutely no way an anime will be able to live up to that unless... And they can't cut it short because Berserk is... It's just so much going on, so much they have to fill. I don't know. So Berserk, 100%. I watched it. I haven't watched the 90s one, but I watched the 2016 one. Or 2015, 16, whatever that year was, 17. Whatever that was not good. That 3D animation, not good. But yeah, I don't think Berserk will ever gets its justice. I really don't. Because if it does, it's going to be longer than One Piece. And the animation has to be on par with, like, and the manga style is on par with, like, One Punch Man, and, like, how detailed it is. So there's no way. Tokyo Ghoul, I like Tokyo Ghoul. The first season, the second season was okay. The third season was absolutely terrible. The ending season was, I like the ending season of Tokyo Ghoul. But along with Tokyo Ghoul, I heard people said the manga is better than the anime. But the anime first season was really good. People agree with that. Second season was alright. Third season was absolutely trash. Dookie. Feces. All that stuff. It was absolutely terrible. But the fourth season, I think, redeemed itself somewhat. So in my rank, I'll have it. First season is number 1. Fourth season is number 2. Second season is number 3. And third season, number 4. That's how I rank it in Tokyo Ghoul. Promised Neverland, never seen it. But I know that the second season of Promised Neverland was absolute trash. And I heard they end off like on a slideshow type of thing. I'm sorry to the fans of Promised Neverland, but that's what I heard. I heard that the ending didn't even really have an ending. Oh, I'm so sorry. But I know when it first came out, though, it was all the rage. Okay. I don't know anything about these players. Sergio Ramos. Well, I know I've heard Sergio Ramos and I know Cristiano Ronaldo, but I don't know why I say this in bookmark. But okay, I'll just read it off. So Ronaldo said, "You need a zero to catch me." This comment from Cristiano Ronaldo on Sergio Ramos' Instagram post celebrated 60 million followers. I don't know what that means or what he's illustrating by that. I guess another zero to catch me to be celebrating that. Like, hey, I got more. I wouldn't be celebrating that. Once I hit 600 million. I guess that's what he's saying. Because once I hit 600 million followers, that's when I can be celebrating 60 million. I mean, that's all cool and stuff. But once I hit 600 million, yeah. But you know, he was, I guess, being funny. But still, that's a great feat. So, this is absolutely ridiculous. So looking at this panel alone tells me that Boruto has suffered more than Berserk. So this person said Boruto suffered more than Guts and Berserk, which is hilarious to me. You can see Guts with damage, battle damage, or I don't know if it's the art but you can see the scars and all this stuff, and they just see Boruto. Oh man, that's funny. Of course, that's not true. No copyright. All right. Noah Lyles. Good job, Noah Lyles. With the 9.95, clocked in the men's 100 meter on day 2. Chasing his first 100 meter World Athletic Champions medal. Good job, Noah Lyles and Shakara Richardson. Congratulations to them. Amazing. Good job. I know the world champions. Let me just click on it. Yeah, I know that the world champions just happened. I don't know if it's still going on or if it just ended. But I know that, like I said, I love track. I have to get back into watching the sport and getting into the sport because track, of course, shows people like who are like, it's kind of hard because track shows, I guess, like the superhumans, like the best athletes of the best. I believe so, because first of all, they're individual. Number 2, it's like humans. All humans run. Well, humans, walk, run. They lift heavy stuff. They these are all, I would say, these are all like prehistoric or caveman type. This is like caveman type of beat. What I mean by that is like, this is all humans can do, or all humans do. And these athletes are showing like the height of it, like the best, or how genetics, a whole bunch of other stuff, to like the epitome, like the best at the top. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. It's kind of hard to say or describe, but I just think track athletes I believe track shows the extent that the human, or shows the capabilities of what the human body can do. And I believe that track athletes are honestly the best athletes. Now, when it comes to like sporting wise, of course track is sport, but when it comes to like soccer / football, American football, basketball, of course they're not going to do as good as those athletes are professional at it because they cater to it. But like for a human, DNA, genetics, the human body, what goes into all that other stuff, I think track showcases that to the best, to the epitome, to at the top. Hope that what I'm saying makes sense. But yeah, I I've seen some highlights of the World Athletics Championship in Budapest, and I'm just happy for the athletes that have won. I know it was a great showing. Like I said, congratulations to Sha'Carri Richardson and Noah Lyles, and I know Dominican Republic won like their first medal as well, or some along the lines of that. And I know American women at discus or at throwing made history, and a whole bunch of other stuff. A great showing. I'm just happy. Ooh, I gotta get back into it. The World Athletics Championship. So, the Bleach. So once again, Bleach anime / the manga. So the manga's at top, the anime is at the bottom, and I think this is the first one where I'll say that the manga has outdid the anime, because the manga looks beautiful. Anime looks beautiful too, but the manga looks better than the anime. I think this is the first time where I saw side by side where the manga has won. That I've seen side by side, the manga has won. Oh no. Okay, the yeah. So Sha'Carri Richardson, she's the 100-meter women's champion with the time 10.65. I would show the video, but I'm afraid I'll get copyright from YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to see it, it's on World Athletics. So pick the best all-around shooter here between Damian Lillard, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, and Klay Thompson. Number 1, I'll have Klay Thompson. Number 2, I really want to pick Ray Allen, but I really do. My gut is saying pick Ray Allen, but I'll have Damian Lillard because we've shown all that stuff. Number 3, Ray Allen. Number 4, Reggie Miller. That's how I have it. So number 1, Klay. Number 2, Damian. Number 3, Ray Allen. Number 4, Reggie Miller. But like I said, my gut is saying pick Ray Allen. Got to pick Ray Allen. But no, I'll pick Damian Lillard because he's honestly kind of like Steph. But here's the thing. When I think of Damian Lillard, I don't think of his three-point game. I think of him driving to the basket. I think of the passes, driving basket, all the other stuff. For some reason, I don't think mid-range. I don't think of three-point. But he specializes in three-point and the range distance. So it's so weird, but yeah. Last thing. So I'm going to end this stream off sadly. I know. Yeah. So last thing. Crying they removed comedy from Boruto's Blue Vortex. So Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Action, comedy, martial arts, adventure, drama, fantasy. And Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Action, ninja, martial arts, adventure, drama, but no comedy in sight. There's no tags where it says comedy, which is funny. So yeah, so I'm happy. I'm actually kind of happy because Blue, from how they're showcasing it or how they're putting it out to the public, hey, this is series. Now we already done with this kitty stuff, the whole new Naruto Next Generations, whole Boruto and all of them growing up, all kids games, trying to show out the dynamic of having a Hokage father and you being his son and how people perceive you and all this other stuff, or how you feel, or how you not get yes. That was that because it was more like a children type of manga. It really was. You could tell by the anime because the anime is kind of like bland. The anime style is like bland, but it's more of a children. I was completely fine with the comedy, but I like how it's coming with the transition. Now they're entering teenage years. They're now things get more serious. Hormones and all this other stuff are playing a factor, and they're starting to get into dive of becoming adults. They're still teenagers, but get into steps becoming adults. Hey, this is serious. We're becoming stronger as well as our opponents. There's gonna be real threats coming our way, and now we got to handle these real threats. We're not getting into these. We're not putting into these missions that are kitty type of missions. Now we're actually going into missions with real threats that for real will damage the city, that'll damage the whole universe and things like that. So I kind of like that. But I do hope they, include some little bit comedy here and there. But I'm happy that they didn't include comedy in it. Really do. But I'm happy that they rebranded the whole thing too. Looks sick. Happy. But yeah. So everyone. Oh well, I was trying to end it. All right. I can't make it. Okay. Well. No. Well. Sorry everyone. I'm gonna end off the stream. Hold on, real quick. Actually. Yeah, I'm gonna end up the stream. Thank you for watching, or whenever you start, whenever you do watch this, I'm happy. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you can participate in discussion as well, because I like when, we can have dialogue, or I can hear other people's opinions and takes, and, we both can learn new things from each other. Thank you. As well as I do have a YouTube, and I do have, of course, a TikTok and Instagram Threads. I have to put a link for my Instagram Threads, but I do have a Twitter as well, but I'm really on Instagram Threads more. My Instagram Threads is, hold on, real quick. Instagram Threads. It's at DOMH period Irby. IRBY. So once again, DOMH period IRBY on Instagram Threads, and on TikTok I'm on my name for TikTok is Neek42, so it's gonna be _ NIQUE 42. And on YouTube is the same thing as my kick, Various Dom. I have a link to YouTube, TikTok. I have to create a link for Instagram as well. And now I'm just gonna tell you guys right before I end off. This time I'm serious. Right before I end off, my plans. So my plans are I'm gonna get possibly a new laptop, possibly. It's in the works, where I'm actually able to play audio, play videos to great, in a greater quality. I'm also on my YouTube channel. What I'm gonna be doing is uploading my kick streams on YouTube, and I'm also gonna upload clips as well, and also create original content videos for YouTube. And for TikTok, I'm gonna also be creating original content, and as well uploading clips for my kick. So thank you for listening. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Have a good day. All right, see ya. Bye.